Welcome to the space where energy, transformation, and wisdom meet. My name is Brooke Richardson, and I am sharing with you different practices from around the world to support your spiritual awakening process and holistic health. I am an energy healer, intuitive guide, and hypnotherapist, and I also love traveling the world and sharing knowledge to help us on our journey. So if this content resonates with you, be sure to like, subscribe, stay connected, and let's dive on in. Today we have an interview with Sharon Keating. She is in Bali. She is a phenomenal intuitive healer, guide, teacher. She is certified in shamanic practices, in hypnotherapy, Ayurveda. She has so many things in her toolkit that she brings forward. Not only that, but she spent a lot of time in the corporate world as well as 10 years in the holistic space. So she combines this ancient knowledge into the modern day world that is very accessible. So today she's going to walk us through an incredible practice. It's one that I've used over and over again about calling our energy back, calling all of our parts back, and really understanding your energy, feeling into it is one of the most powerful things that you can really do. Knowing what's yours, what's someone else's. I was fortunate enough to receive a hypnotherapy session from her. I also attended her workshop and had an incredible power animal retrieval, which has been a really big part of my journey in stepping out more, feeling safe to be visible. So thank you, Sharon. And I am really excited to share today's practice with you. Be sure to listen to the interview, listen to the wisdom that comes forward, and stay tuned for the practice at the end of the interview that you can do over and over again. So thank you so much. I'm here with Sharon Keating, and I am so excited to hear about your journey, about just all of your spiritual practices. I had a workshop with you as well as one-on-one, and it was life-changing. And so I'm really excited to have some of that knowledge shared with
beautiful
the
and
listeners.
nice to meet everyone. It is beautiful to be with you, and we'll absolutely dive into all of those areas. I think one of the most important things that comes up a lot of the time is how we can show up in the fullest of ourselves. And it's interesting because shamanically, you know, this practice of going inside, grounding our energy and aligning with our power is something that has been practiced for eons. So it's something that we have known, and it's in our DNA, it's in our energy fields. You and I were speaking a little bit about, you know, grounding in and coming back into alignment before we
can be up.
Yeah, exactly. Before we do anything, you know, of importance. And we can often, our energy is often elated, and we're often out in the mental field. So when we say grounding,
What does that mean exactly?
I know, right? It means different things to different people. And I feel like, I know for myself, when people used to say to me, I need to ground, I used to roll my eyes and just, you know, internally sigh. It would be like, oh God, not grounding again. Kidding me? Right?
Right.
But when you actually dive into the energetics around what it is, it's a really beautiful practice, and it makes a lot more sense. So grounding, for a lot of people, we start thinking about a connection to the ground, as the word would imply. And it's part of it, you know, it's part of it is learning to direct our energy so that we have a deep connection to the earth. But in order to do that, we have to bring all of our awareness back to the physical body, and we have to bring our energy down into our bodies first, and down into the body, then we're naturally going to be sending some of that energy into the earth. And from a shamanic point of view, that's one part, which is like, all right, I'm bringing all of my awareness back to this time, to this place, to this body, and I'm directing my energy with all of my focus, all of my attention into my body and down into the earth. And a lot of the time we're off in our stories, and we're either thinking about the past, we're thinking about the future, or we're just having replays of events, or just whatever is going on in the screenplay of our minds. But if we're doing that, all of our energy is not in present time, it's not in our body, and we're not directing our energy down into the earth. When we're off in the stories, we're already pulling our energy out of our body and out into the mental fields. We have to come out of the screenplays and the energy all floating up here, out of the screenplay that we're creating in our mind, and be like, I'm coming back. So I have a mantra. I'm calling all of my energy back to this time, to this place, to this body. And you've worked with me, so you know that we do this a lot.
I love it.
As soon as we start saying, I'm calling all of my energy back to this time, to this place, to this body, before we've even started doing the practice, our whole energy field is like, ha ha ha, I know what we're doing here. And then everything starts to slow down. All of the shamanic practitioners that have existed and the shamans that have existed since the beginning of time, that ritual of how they come back into their power is equally as important, because that's the place from which we want to meet life. That's the place from which we want to work in other people's energy fields.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more about that too, how you
Yeah.
kind of set up before you meet a
Exactly.
client.
So yeah, exactly. It's really important. We don't want to go and work and step into someone's energy field associated with our mind and not in the remembrance of who we are, because we're coming in with like 2% of our power when we do that. So we want to come into it in the full remembrance and really feeling and sensing in our energy field not only the power of who we are, but all of the help and support that we have. And in a shamanic sense, they call it grounding and orienting, because the grounding part is bringing all of your energy back to this time, to this place, to this body, really calling your energy field here, all of your energy, so you fill out, you become spacious and wide, and all of your energy is here. And as we said, the difference to that would be caught up in the mental field and having most of your energy in the astral, you know, floating around creating stories. We all do it, nothing wrong with that, but we call it back, we ground, we fill up. So that's the grounding. And then the orienting is, again, getting out of the story that we are anything just to do with the mind and coming into the remembrance of who we really are. And from that space, I can step into a healing session. From there, I'm not going to fill up with everyone else's stuff, because I've already filled up with my own energy. I'm in my power, so I'm not taking on needless things. It's very much about I'm showing up in the fullness of who I am. So preparation's really important.
And why do you think so many of us avoid grounding, or we have that aversion of like, I don't.
Totally. And I think, and you know what, I did too, because for me it was like, not that word again, I'm so bored. Like, there's got to be something more. There's a few things that happen. One is a belief, a false belief that if we ground and we bring all of our energy here, that we are not going to be able to fly anymore and go to all of these places that we like to go to. But the more we ground, the more we ascend. So it's like the more energy we push down into the earth and say, hey, and the more energy we're willing to receive from the earth and say, hey, like our bigger the anchor point, the higher we can actually go and fly. And then the other one is, if we've got something going on in the body that's
we might not want to feel it. Stay
spot on. There you go. You know, if we got something going on in the body, and if we've got some energy hanging out in the energy field that we don't want to feel, just totally spot on, we will unconsciously bring our energy up to avoid that. And it could be someone else's energy that we've pulled into our energy fields. It doesn't just have to be our own stuff that's going on.
And you were also speaking a bit about the importance of grounding when you meet someone. So, for example, if you're having confusion around a relationship, or if it's an alignment, and kind of showing up from a grounded space, you were saying, you know, you'll know, right?
Big time. You know, if there is confusion or there's things going on and there's a dynamic in a relationship, you want to be able to feel and sense into it with all aspects of yourself. My tendency in the past has been to bring my energy out of my energy fields, you know? So it's like I have to really work at keeping my energy here. First kind of sign of trouble, you know, one of my survival strategies, and it got me through a lot growing up, was like exit.
Right.
And I think a lot of us can have that going. It's one of the survival strategies we can have going on in our energy field. So we want to learn that we can hold our energy and we can hold ourselves. And if we can learn to do that, and if we've got the dynamic going on someone else, we'll be able to feel our body. So our body tells us what is in alignment with us and what is out of alignment with us. And if we've checked out because we're scared, the situation doesn't feel safe, or the person is really triggering us and we're up here, we can't even feel our bodies anymore. So it's like, how do we know what's going on?
True.
You know, is this actually a toxic situation?
Or just fear.
Or is it just fear?
Right.
You know? So the way through that is to ground. The way through it, firstly, is have compassion with yourself, 100%, and not make yourself wrong for anything, because for a lot of us, this is a survival strategy. So before going into those situations, bringing the awareness back to the body, grounding, feeling safe in the energy field, and then with that person, consciously being present with your own body and how is my body feeling in this situation? What is going on for me? You know, can I hold my energy here and see everything that's going on?
Would you be willing to show us a
Absolutely.
grounding technique?
Let's do it.
Amazing.
Let's do it. So getting really comfy. And it is always nice to be able to feel, you know, some kind of support under the feet. For me personally, some people like to sit cross-legged, and after a while that's good, but I really like to feel that like solid connection to the earth on my feet. Okay, so closing down the eyes. Feeling the breath. And now we'll begin with my mantra, and this may change for each of you. You may come up with your own, but this is what has worked for me. I'm calling all of my energy back to this body, to this time, to this place. I'm calling all of my energy back to this body, to this time, to this place. I am calling all of my energy back to this time, to this place, to this body. And I tend to get a little more commanding as I say it, because I'm directing my energy. You know, I'm commanding it, and that's our birthright as well. So we're going to do that one more time. I'm going to use my full commanding voice. I am calling, and I can feel it with my heart. All of my energy, I'm pulling it back to this time, to this place, to this body. And you can feel your energy if you've been anywhere else, chatting to people, if you've been in other spaces or places today, you can literally just feel your energy slipping out of those places, calling it all back. So I'm going to say that one more time. Usually it would just be 3. I am calling all of my energy back. Call it with your heart, to this time, to this place, to this body. Bringing awareness to your heart space. And it's always nice when we're bringing awareness to place hands so that we can really feel the space. Dropping the energy of the mind. And you may like to imagine it like a waterfall, but dropping the energy of the mind, flowing it down into the heart space. Feeling the heart. And the sensations will change as they unravel. So just just being with what is. So we're grounding and orienting. The orienting is coming back into the full awareness of who you are. So I like to say, I am source creator energy. I am source creator energy. And each time I say this, I'm feeling into my multidimensionality. And that will mean different things to different people. Feeling into that I have an energy field that is wide and expansive. And feeling into the remembrance that I have the strength and the wisdom of my ancestors with me. That I've lived many lives, many times, many places, like really feeling the multidimensionality getting out of the mind. I am source creator energy. Orienting, calling in your full spiritual support team, however that works for you, your words, your prayer, and call in all of the beings of light that love us unconditionally, that are aligned with the highest vibration of light, aligned with source creator energy, only source creator energy that can support the highest expression of our souls, our sovereignty. Be here now. You may like to even lean a little bit back into that support. Placing a hand on the womb space. And there are many, we're grounding. The womb is a beautiful space to connect into. It can also be the sacrum, tailbone, it can be the cervix, perineum. Today we'll work with the womb. Again, imagining the mind flows like a waterfall and directs it down into the womb space. And now directing it right inside the womb chakra. Usually feel, and this might take time, but there is a deeper strength that comes into the energy fields when we connect with the womb, and specifically the womb chakra. It's a big power center. This is our ability to create, to give birth to anything that we desire that is aligned with our heart. Connection to divine feminine. Connection to the universal womb, void, all inside of us, the whole universe existing inside of us. From that place of power and orienting, your multidimensionality, your connection, who you are, from there allowing awareness now into the legs, down into the soles of the feet, sending that 9 to 12 inches right down into the earth. And you'll hit something that feels like an electrical plate. That's how I sense it. Just allowing your energy to connect in a deeper way to the earth chakra, 9 to 12 inches below you. I like to think of this like a hand that's holding the whole energy field that exists in the earth. It's like this beautiful hand, and the whole energy field just sits in it. It's like supported by it. So it holds your whole energy field, making it big enough to support the whole energy field. Big enough that it's holding your whole life. That energy plate in the earth is supporting not only your energy field, but your whole life, everything that is moving through you. Your hopes, your dreams, your desires. It's supporting you through challenge. Whatever is happening, this energy plate is holding all of it for you. You are deeply supported and held by the earth. And from there, seeing if you can just allow your energy to drop even deeper into that, like, being held. Awareness to earth star, to womb space, to heart, to your full spiritual support team. Dropping even deeper into your multidimensionality. As we honor all of your ancestors of blood and light, all of those connections of blood and light that have done the work, that love you unconditionally. We ask them to stand behind you, protect you. Feeling your connection to source above. Your guides that align you in a really deep way to the light. Just feeling all of that connection, all of that love and support from the earth, from the sky. And from here, calling in any power animals. We honor all of the directions, all of the wisdom, and again, this has been practiced for eons. So we're aligning with an energy template of power that exists to all those. So we honor the guardians, the wisdom, the spirits of the East. We ask them to guard and protect the space. North, and our heart honoring the guardians, the wisdom, the spirits of the north to guard, to protect the space. Honoring the west, guardians, the spirits, the wisdom, holding it in to guard, to protect the space. In the south, feeling all of that energy of the south, the guardians, the wisdom, the energy coming into God to protect the space. And in a shamanic sense, there's different things that we can work with each of the directions. Today, general honoring, calling in an alignment. Feeling the connection to the earth, each of these cardinal directions, the connection to the sky. Again, dropping into the remembrance of who you are, source, creator, energy, that we are aligned with this light and only this light, as we honor creator, source, energy with our whole heart, as we align our whole life, our whole energy field, everything that we do to source, creator, energy and the light. Remembering your place in the web of life, your unique place, your essence, what you bring. You are here to be you. Bring through your uniqueness, your frequency, your light. It's all we need to do. And for here we honor the entire web of life. All of the nature spirits that make life possible. And at this point, we're feeling like a really deep connection now. The remembrance that we're not just connected to nature, we're part of nature, we are nature. It's this deep remembrance. We're honoring the trees, all of the nature spirits, the tree people, the stone people, gnomes, fairies, all of the spirits. Honoring all of the animals that teach us each and every day with their healing medicine, their love and their light. We honor the beautiful archetypal power animals that show up and mirror our power back to us so that we may remember who we are at a deeper level. Honoring all of that help and support. Again, to the ancestors that have created this window, this portal for you to step into and through. The gift of this life, the gift of this incarnation. So feeling and sensing into your energy field, your multidimensionality, connection to the earth, your connection to source above, your power. And from here, filling up with the highest Akashic energy of you, I ask your guides to work with your Akashic record keepers and to call in the highest Akashic energy of you that you can hold at this time. Really filling up with your own energy, taking up all of the space that is you. This is your birthright. Calling it into your crown, your eyes, seeing as spirit sees, your ears, your throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral root. Bringing it down into the legs, pulling the whole physical body, all chakras, every cell. Filling the space below you, that is your energy field. Filling the space in front of you, that is your energy field. To the left, to the right, filling the space behind you. That you are completely filled with your own energy. Anything else is being sent back to source above, dissolved, transmuted into unconditional love. Sit with this until you are filled to the brim with your own energy, your essence, your light. all of the space, bringing that and allowing that deep connection to the earth. And the orienting is anything that brings you back into alignment with your own power. The truth of who you are. That you are far more than your mind, far more than your physical body. That you are source, creator energy. Multi-dimensional, powerful energy. Sit with all of that. To open my eyes and look at the jungle, just in reverence of that beautiful jungle all around us, all of the ancestors. How are you feeling?
Thank you.
So that practice is deeply personal, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. So it's the grounding and orienting. So I took you through, the shamanic essence and flavor, but there's different ways of doing it, and the important thing is the repertoire of what it is for you is what's important. So what really brings you back into your power, really brings you back into your alignment. You have beautiful power animals that we've worked with, so it's really important for you to feel that energy and fill your field with it. Really stepping into that. You might even feel your wings, all of that. Very important. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
My pleasure.
I'm sure it's going to be helpful for a
a
lot of people.
I hope so. Thank you for taking the time and coming here. And I've loved working with you, loved meeting you, but you know that already.
Likewise. Yeah, of course. Are there any ways that people can work with you, find you? Kind of what are you working on now?
Oh, wonderful. Absolutely. So we are running a lot more workshops. And we'll be doing a lot more trainings here. Trainings specifically oriented to what we did today, learning to work in the energy fields. Regardless of what we're doing, we all need to know how to work in our energy fields so that we can show up in the fullest of who we are.
True.
So they're the programs that I've launched. So it's called Energy Mastery. There's one-to-one programs, there's group work. Online programs as well, and it is literally about that, learning to be energy masters of your own energy fields.
I love that. So you don't have to be an energy practitioner. Everyone deserves to own their energy.
I think we all do, and I think there's so many beautiful people doing amazing work as yourself out in the world, and really knowing how to hold your energy field means you're not going to get drained, you're not going to take on other people's energy. And it supports that.
Nice.
And it supports that full expression.
Right. Any last kind of tips for anyone on their own spiritual awakening path?
Shamanism has always been about finding your own deep connection and what spirituality means to you. So, as we're doing these practices, over time, the energy that comes up from the earth and meeting that energy of Gaia and how that feels in your energy fields. And also, as we're really bringing that energy through and connecting deeply to source, that is shamanic work. So there's no guru, there's no religious, place that you go. It's all about the internal, unique connection. And so I think it's really important because it's handing people back their power to be their own guru. So if I had last words, it would be honor all of your own insights that come through when you're in that space, because that is literally what it's all about.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time,
Thank
Sharon.
you.
Definitely check her out. She's phenomenal. And until next time.
Thank you for being here and tuning into the space of energy and expansion. Again, if you want to hear more of this content, be sure to like and subscribe and stay connected. Until next time, land the light.